The establishment of the African Continental Free Trade Area presents opportunities to boost intra-African trade, strengthen the complementaries of production and exports, create employment, and limit the impact of commodity price volatility on participants. The Kwahu Summit on Africa's Prosperity will focus on harmonizing continental trade and harnessing the opportunities that the AfCFTA presents for deepening intra-African trade. Crucially, the focus on this year's summit is a response to the impacts of recent geopolitical events on African economies. Speaking to City Business News on the sidelines of a cocktail event to introduce the summit to participants, the Executive Secretary of the Africa Prosperity Network, organizers of the Kwahu Summit, Hannah Ewuku, spoke about how businesses in Ghana can stand to benefit from the event.
We have the pre-summit event, which will basically be stakeholder engagement. We have the summit itself, where you are going to have heads of states and business leaders, civil society organizations, leading thought leaders on Africa, meet to have commitments to how to move Africa forward. And so if we are doing this, we intend to have the post-summit activities. These are activities that we are going to use to hold those who made commitments accountable. And that is our work plan. And our focus is going to be the media. We know the AU will be meeting to discuss further ways to take the AfCFTA implementation strategy forward. And so we intend to be at the center of this to make sure that the business community has a role to play. Because if you are implementing a trade policy agreement and the business community is not involved, I think it's going to be difficult because heads of states or countries do not trade directly. It is always through the business community. And so we intend to become a bridge between the CFTA Secretariat, which is here, stationed or established here in Accra, Ghana, and then the heads of states who are making the policies. And then we intend to become a sort of a bridge that brings the two of them together.
Dr. Eugene Owusu, the Executive Director of the Africa Prosperity Network and Coordinator for the Kwahu Summit, expressed optimism that the event will bridge all the gaps that have come up in the African Continental Free Trade Area since its implementation in January last year.
The mechanisms are now being put in place, and I think the greatest manifestation of that is the Secretariat, which is now fully established, fairly well resourced, and which is driving action. But of course, it cannot end with just the brick and mortar of a secretariat. It has to be about dealing with the policy constraints that mitigate against deepening trade. It has to be about dealing with the logistical constraints that, again, we need to resolve to be able to deepen trade. It has to be about the resources that we have to align behind this. And again, as I said, that is what the Kwahu Summit is really seeking to catalyze and bring meaning to the whole agreement.
The maiden edition of the annual Kwahu Summit on Africa's Prosperity is in collaboration with the Presidency of the Republic of Ghana, the AfCFTA Secretariat, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. It will take place from 28th to 29th of October this year at the Rock City Hotel under the theme AfCFTA, From Ambition to Action, Delivering Prosperity Through Continental Trade.